Oh, I didn't even do the start game. Alright, well, stream's starting a little bit earlier than normal, but that's okay. It's gonna be a run stream anyway. Playback. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that's a menu option. So I don't really care. But, well, I do care, but it just seems excessive. I didn't get my water, so hopefully that doesn't kill me. Still don't have my chords, so I'll talk about that when concurrent viewers pops up, but oh boy. Still sitting on them two monitor fool. 10 minutes early, got the Nero OST running. Yeah, I figure I might as well just run that shit in the background now. I'll see when it finally copyright strikes me, and then I'll stop doing it. Although now that I said it within the first minute or whatever, the Google's spider robots are probably just being like, oh, he's fearing the copyright. Let's go claim this merchant and then start getting our stuff started. Today we have a fight between either the Golden House or the Dragon. Either or on those, so vote with your phones now, and then we'll do that. Cut my thing to the front of the line. There we go. Like Golden House? Yeah, I like Golden House too. I think I might swap in Barbara instead of Official though, because I don't want to lose, and well, I might just swap in a bunch of people. Oh, rocks. Fantastic. I believe that's the last time. We get the Mega Box, which is a bunch of free stuff, but that's it. We don't have to do that quest thing ever. I don't think the Nier OST fits very well. Let me turn off the game's OST itself. Because, okay, let me just do that. Because I think what's the issue, or one of the issues is the thing is just endlessly, or two songs are trying to play over each other constantly. Among Us cam, yeah. Among Us guy's got a hat. Chilling in the little camera ground. I can't make the hat tall enough to, or well, I can't make the camera tall enough to catch the hat without getting too much of the background. Alright, Barbara so we can survive. Jean because our buddy's here.
Alright, let's go.
Badeau, and I'm a 50-50 between these, but I think I'm gonna take Zinni. It should be a group. It's a little bit overtuned, but you know, if we just kill the guy instantly, then then we don't have to worry about dying.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle.
Barbados, guide us.
Not bad.
Alright,
Not bad.
there we go.
Guess I should take you more seriously. All you do is run. No use hiding back there.
To be honest, I don't know enough about the Nier soundtrack to pick the right songs for these kind of events. Oh man, I wonder if I could do it. Fuck, what's the name of that goddamn song? Shit, I don't know.
Your strength is praiseworthy.
What's the
I
fucking
too
name?
shall use all of mine.
Okay, we'll just keep with this near song, unfortunately.
Don't you dare disappoint me.
I think for the
Legacy, the devouring deep.
I think for the dragon boss tomorrow, we'll try to do this, or try to do the meme thing I wanted to do, but I just like completely blanked on the song name, so I just couldn't think of it.
Power that ended
The name of what? Name of song
Barbados.
I was gonna play during this fight. Because normally when I play this game, you know, by myself and I fight this guy, there's a certain song that I play because I think it's really funny, and it also pretty much lasts the duration of the boss fight. But I couldn't think of the name of it, so we couldn't play it in time. But I think it'll work for the dragon as well if we, you know, play it. Boom, boom, parry. I wish there was a version of him that was just 10 levels higher or whatever, you know? Yeah. Shard of Flow Legacy, unfortunately. Describe the song even though I don't know music. I'd rather not. Because then it would spoil the surprise the next time I do it. This is Near Replicant? I mean, probably. It's a giant study mix of both games, so... Could be either. What's it called? We're gonna grab ourselves the rest of these rocks or whatever. God, I do need to farm rocks. Used to being spoiled as a surprise. You told me about the wizard hat. I only told you about the wizard hat because I literally said what I was going to do and then you just forgot. Do that 4 times. I'm gonna fight these guys. Now we got 3 more things or whatever. Amusingly, next week we won't be able to fight the weekly bosses until like halfway through the week, I think. Because they're doing a change, I think, to the way the bosses are done. Or, well, how much the energy the bosses cost. And because of the change,
Wind, hear me.
people are advising to wait to fight the bosses until the 1.5 update comes out. And then once 1.5 comes out, then fight the bosses because it'll be significantly cheaper to fight. Rip bosses, yeah. The fighting boss or fighting boss thing is very funny because you can actually just fight them straight up without let's see, 3 domains, or let's see, is this shackles? This is teeth. Do we need teeth? I think we need teeth. Or is it weapons? Which one of you Mitches required teeth? It was you, wasn't it? No, you require shackles. Who requires teeth? Was it you? No, you require shackles. Yeah, you require shackles. Who the hell needed teeth? Was it Dragonspire? God, I hate being old. My memory sucks. Yeah, we'll do artifact grinding. It's a helpful thing. It'll get us a bit more experience and money. Ooh, there are resistances though. Alright, let's grind we'll grind artifacts because we need to. Grind official artifacts. Let's grind these artifacts. Ganyu needs better stuff. I keep getting ads for Nier on this account whenever before I start streaming. Alright, instead of Barbara, we'll do official.
In the name of the princessin.
Instead of Bado, we'll do a little swap here.
I'll bring my seasonings. I'm taking the stage.
That way we can burn people. I want to nap today, but I'm so busy. Yeah, it's kind of how I feel. Unfortunately, I gotta work at midnight, so once it becomes 4 p.m. or whatever, I'm gonna have to shut everything off and then just go to bed, which is gonna really suck because I don't want to go to work, but gotta. Everything is expensive as hell.
No rest for the wicked.
Barbados.
I have a whole page essay paragraph thing due on Thursday, another essay due today, another one due on Sunday. Jeez.
Try till I'm dead. Go and splat. Out of the frying pan. Shadow Raven, let night fall. You're toast. I swear by my sword. Power core. Amp it up.
One of them due today. I finished half of it yesterday, so I can finish the other half today.
By royal decree.
The other one due on Thursday is a bitch and a half. Oh yeah.
Go and splat.
What is it writ or what is the writing on?
Wind, hear me. Power core.
A research paper. Ah, those are the worst. Having to cite shit. It's an okay hat. Looking for Ganyu items though. 6 people in a group, each person does a section of the essay. I got the hardest part. That's not good. Hopefully the other people make sure to do their part. Group work was always frustrating in the sense that it felt like one person was doing everything and then everybody else was just kind of falling asleep.
Power core. Go and splat.
I have to use 5 different kinds of citations. That's insane.
Wind, hear me. Odds revealed. Amp it up.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Barbados, guide us.
I think our teacher will grade us based on the section instead of the essay as a whole. I'd hope they grade on a section because it's like trying to grade an entire essay written by like 4 different people is usually pretty difficult. Unless they're, you know, very smart,
I summon
work together really well. But sometimes people are just disparate, have difficulty doing stuff together. Aha, we were not punished for well, we were punished for hitting skip. I got a fucking defense item. Alright, we're gonna open with official, follow it up with John Lang, and then end it with Zinni.
I swear by my sword. Try till I'm dead.
Alright, good. That guy's shield is gone.
By royal decree. Hey, not the guitar. Hey, not the guitar. Pyrotechnics.
Is that guy still alive? Oh, he's over there.
By my sword.
He's a corpse now.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
Alright. Damage is going, climbing together.
Barbados, guide us. Odds revealed.
One thing that gives me a little bit of hope is the essay is double spaced. Yeah, double space is really funny because it's just like, you know, you look at it and you're just like, is this just designed to make the essays look longer? And it's like, no, it's double spaced so the teacher can write stuff. Although most teachers scale up the page requirement because they're like, oh, well, we have to write a ton, so you're gonna need all this extra pages to get enough, all your information in there. HP crit damage. The implicit's terrible though. Gonna try to, what's it called? Before I grind all my artifacts down, I'm gonna try to hit max artifacts again. Feel like that'd be a good use of my time. Alright, I'm gonna do the, finish the dailies. And then, I think that's it. What's the highest page essay thing you've had to do? God, I cannot stop yawning. Being the start this early is great. I can't wait. Highest page essay I've had to do? I do not know. I want to say 5+ because that's like a good estimate of like maybe. I've done, you know, more or less, but or I've definitely not done less. 5 pages on the higher end, but the what's it called? It's hard to remember because I kind of only remember, you know, kind of the topics I wrote on, really. Or well, I remember one topic very specifically because it was super cringy, but I've since is there a reason why this marker is here? It's probably the spawn of like an actual character or something. There's no reason to mess with it. Don't touch it. Don't pick at it. Stop messing with it. This tangent page essay things aren't a worry. That's the thing. After watching enough YouTube video essays, I know exactly how to bullshit my way through like a 30-page paper. But if you wanted me to write one with substance on purpose, like that would be really, really difficult because I'd have to like, you know, properly focus on a topic and like expand on it. Because that's the problem is like in the early phase of writing papers and stuff, I kind of always considered it as like, oh, I just need to write what I know, right? But then I realized, oh, well, maybe the goal of this is to write something, or to write something or whatever, or like an explanation or to expand on knowledge that I found.
Nice and spicy.
And then it was just like, well, maybe
By royal decree.
it would be better to, instead of just expanding on the knowledge I found, be better to write it in an entertaining way. And it's just like, I've gone through a bunch of different cycles with it.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
It's kind of difficult to
No rest for
find
the
a way
wicked.
to write something.
Power core.
Man, that was a fucking bull rush and a half. This is how I normally play video games. It's just like unrelated soundtracks in the background instead of the actual game music. Unless the game is written with the music in mind. I kind of been wondering if I should do a like a game design stream. I know there's like 400 different fucking things I've been doing recently. I have like 800 hobbies. But I was wondering about the game one because I figured that would be a good use of this time when Genshin is kind of low on content. I can do video game. At least the end of the bullshit essays I'll have near replicant. Yeah. game design stream explain that. I would design a video game and then I'd start building it. I have enough technical knowledge. Not really that good at drawing, but I can, you know, put enough placeholder art in that I can effectively be like, ah, this is what all this is supposed to be. But basically a stream instead of a, you know, the normal stuff I do, just you know, design video game.
You're toast.
Okay, we might not be able to get through these fire guys within a reasonable span of time because of our inability to deal with anything other than electrical.
No rest for.
Go as one.
But yeah,
Feel the beat.
just one of the many ideas I've been thinking
I
of.
swear by my sword. Try till I'm dead.
Because I had one of those epiphanies at work or whatever where I was just like, you know, thinking about other stuff, and I was just like, man,
Oz revealed.
I have a video game idea that's really cool, and I'd love to just go through and finish, or start it and finish it, or whatever, but it's very difficult to do without the external motivation of like money or, you know, actually having something to stop me from just giving up on it randomly. Do you use a coding language making a game, or do you like use an engine? The one that I've been trying the most of, because the tutorials are really good, is Godot. So I'd have to do coding or whatever to, you know, do states and stuff. All the video game fun stuff where, you know, one thing happens and other thing is identically happens on opposite side, right? It's like all that stuff I'd have to actually code because the game doesn't, or not the game, it's coding the game in Roblox, because the engine or whatever doesn't have
Wind, hear me.
what's it called? It isn't so easy that I can just kind of ignore that. Mechanic. Can you, okay, there we go. Trying to get that
Oz
projectile to
revealed.
drop. Wanted to learn Python, but refused to work and I left it.
Feel the beat.
Python's an interesting starting language. I'm kind of one of the old fogies or whatever that's just like, please learn C++ first. But I feel like Python's a little bit, Python, Java. Python and Java are probably more applicable as far as just like, you know, try to actually use it in your real life. Because if you really wanted to code something, you wouldn't be doing it in C++. You'd be doing it in like Python because you can just type in the words. Python is the most used and easier. Most used might be a little bit of a stretch, but easier is definitely correct. But the problem is, the problem that I have with like that mentality for coding or whatever is like, I don't know if Python's easier for teaching you the fundamentals, right? Like, it would be one thing to teach you, or to give you a thing, or give a certain coding language or whatever, but it, like, your first coding language should be one that gives you information about how all of coding works. That way you don't, you know, cause problems for yourself down the line when you're just like trying to do something harder than what you know. But you would have like no way to process it because, you know, have no context for it, I guess. I don't know. It's been forever since I taught any kind of coding. Alright, let's I think we need to level up the book with rocks, so let's go talk to that one guy and get our rocks. I want to level up the book a lot because, you know, if it was level 90, that's a lot of base damage for everybody. Or, well, it's a lot of base damage for people that use rocks. But yeah, I think, as far as widespread, I think Java's more widespread. C++ is probably better for games. because you have a lot more control over building your own engine. But there's so many better ways to make video games now that making your own engine is kind of, it's only really useful for people that know how to do it, right? But the thing is, if you know what you're doing enough to be like, or to make the mental decision of like, I'm going to make my own engine, like if you've considered that step, then you probably should be making your own engine because you're already like a little bit too advanced to use the other stuff. Those bastards don't have the amusement park OST. Wouldn't you just use an engine if you're making a game? I would do it because I could not fathom trying to create my own engine. But the reason why you'd want to make your own engine is so you could have control over like a lot of, or not only control over the actual, like all the licensing and whatnot, like that entire spiel, but you could also, it would also be really helpful to basically, you know what your engine's capable of, and you know basically the ups and downs of it, right? So if you're making or adding anything or changing anything, it's just like you're the person that made it, so it's really easy for you to go figure out what's wrong with it. If you use a pre-made engine like Unity or Unreal or whatever, those are really good, but the issue that a lot of people run into is they end up having this like they might be doing like a trying to run an optimization pad, or trying to go through and optimize it, but then they run into a lot of problems because they're not the guy that designed the engine, so they don't know basically what they can optimize and what is something that there's basically stuck, right? What can't the crab do? I'm assuming that's you misspelling crab and not just you talking about Sim Farm. What can't I do? I'm a jack of all trades. I typically can't do anything, or I can't do very many things well, but I can do a lot of different things. As evident by all the things I do, I can start a lot of shit, don't know if I can end it. But yeah, the game I want to make is something that I've been mentally not gymnasticking, but I've been mentally working through for, you know, a couple of years or whatever, of just a game that I played a long time ago that I'd love to remake with just like more shit in it, effectively. And it's within my power to do it. I just, you know, I need to stop playing random video games and then actually sit and do it. But it's so hard to stop. Video games give me so much serotonin. The new PoE update would have to really shit itself for me to give it up and then, you know, swap to doing something really productive. But I was having a talk with this or whatever with one of my friends about there should be days or whatever that I don't play video games, because I kind of do it. I kind of play video games every single day. But I was thinking I probably should have like a day or whatever where instead of playing video games, I just like, you know, work on some progress or work on some projects, or like, you know, go outside. All that good mental health stuff that everyone likes to talk about. How's PoE been? The character I'm playing in PoE is actually really fucking cool. I think I'll showcase it for the stream, and once I hit like level 90, and everything's a little bit more finalized on where my damage is coming from and all that stuff. There's a couple of mechanics I'm basically exploiting that are really, really dangerous at the low levels because they're like win more mechanics. Which is to say they're mechanics that like, if you deal damage, it lets you deal more damage, right? But like, if you're in a situation where you deal less damage against somebody, you won't be as effective. So I don't know how the build's going to do against like really late game people or stuff that is resistant to physical. Because all I know so far is the low level stuff, because it's the only content I have unlocked right now. But yeah, to say the new PoE the new PoE update is really cool. There's a lot of like really fun things they added. The current skill I'm playing is actually excellent. I started with Spectral Throw, Vol Spectral Throw, but I had to give it up because it's just a little too janky. Crap, I gotta go. Okay, I'm going to close the stream because I want to go back to PoE. Spanish class B on that bullshit. Well, do the class. Do it well. I will see everyone next time. Like and subscribe. This tiny stream is not indicative of normal streams. Normal streams are longer and contain more content. Check me out at 11.